Alright guys, hello there, welcome to my Sunday ride. It's probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's I think about 7-8 Celsius. A strong northwest wind, consistent northwest wind, which unfortunately for the first half of our ride we're going to be riding into, and it's predominantly uphill where we're going, so I think we're going to have a pretty slow average speed heading out there. And we're not exactly riding a rocket ship of a bike. We're riding the Krampus today. So today we're going out to check out a couple places. One place I've never actually been. There used to be a fire tower actually really close to town, like only about an hour bike ride outside of town, at a high point, one of the highest points close to town. And fortunately it's been torn down. Just a few years ago it got torn down because it wasn't used anymore, and people used to go out there and try and climb it, but there might be a decent view from there, so we're going to check that out. And then there's also a second spot we're going to check out. Same thing, there's some sort of cell tower up there, but I think it should have actually a pretty nice view. So those are our main goals today. On your left, ladies. Yeah, it's November 1st, and it's pretty warm for November 1st. They're even potentially calling for double-digit high Celsius, so above 10 Celsius. And we've had a lot of rain the past week, and you know, I mean, now it's November. Rather it was just snow. Don't have to deal with riding in the cold rain. So I'm almost ready for fat biking season. I got a tune-up done on my fat bike, so all the cable and housing replaced, hubs checked and repacked, headset repacked. I'm just waiting for a chain ring, so when that chain ring comes in, I'll put a new big chain ring on that, my Moonlander, new chain and cassette. So up front, going from a 36, probably down to a 33 tooth. Which for you know, winter off-road riding, I think is a much more realistic chain ring. Also means I can stay in the big for a lot longer and rarely have to drop down to the 22 tooth that it has on it, but I still need that 22 tooth. Certainly not going to go one by, especially when I'm just running a 36 as the easiest gear on the very back. So that 22-36 on a heavy fat bike with 100mm rims and 5-inch tires, I need that gearing. When there's soft snow to deal with on climbs, or there'll be the days where the snow conditions are just really slow, really low rolling, really high rolling resistance, and I'll be in the 22-36 on climbs. And then there's days you just don't feel good. I plan on riding lots, so you know, Saturday and Sunday both try and be big winter fat biking days. So Sunday I'll be tired, but I still have to go out and put in my time, so I'll need those easier climbing gears. Yeah, I haven't made an adventure vlog in a while. Sorry about that. I actually Did try and make one last weekend, but it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. I didn't actually vlog enough, so I didn't talk enough, and I didn't bring enough batteries with me, so the camera died about 30-45 minutes from town. So that footage is all deleted. And then I did a ride where, again, I was going to do a vlog, and it actually would have been a good vlog, but I bought a microphone for this Hero 3, external mic. It doesn't work worth shit. Okay, so the Hero 2 and before that had a dedicated microphone plug for, what is it, the 3.5 millimeter microphone plug. And the Hero 3 and newer, they got rid of that. You have to use the USB port for a microphone. So I bought this microphone and just wait for this dump truck to go by. It's going to be loud. So that dedicated microphone mount on the previous generation Heroes, it had that little rubber grommet on it. So when you slid it in to the hole, it's in there. It's like locked in there tightly, and you know when it's all the way in, and it stays there. Now with this USB, it's not a tight fit. It's it wiggles a little bit. So much so that they actually sell this microphone kit with an elastic band to wrap around your GoPro to hold it in place. But even with that elastic band in place, it still wiggles a bit, and so the audio was cutting in and out. So there was large sections of the video with no sound at all. And it's not like it switched to the external mic or the internal mic that it has, the GoPro has. I guess because it was sensing that it was plugged in, it was sending power to that microphone, but it wasn't picking up any sound. So it was intermittent. Some sections there was sound and some sections there weren't. A waste of money that was. I want to try and find the actual GoPro sells their own adapter. So it's a USB plug-in, and then at the end of that is the plug-in for the 3.5 millimeter microphone. I've seen there's one guy whose videos I just started watching recently. Looks like he's using the actual GoPro plug-in, and he seems to be getting consistent sound with it. So maybe there's something about the design that holds it in place better. I don't absolutely need the external mic for doing these videos, but it would end up cutting out a lot of the wind noise, maybe even completely alleviate the wind noise, because I know there is a fair bit in these videos. And the real reason I bought it was for my motorcycle vlogs, so that I could start vlogging with this Hero 3 Plus. But it looks like I'll have to use my Hero 2, or the next camera I'll have to abandon GoPro because they're not filling my need. So yeah, I'm a little bit overdressed. I will be for the way out, but I'll probably appreciate what I have on the way back, since it shall be mostly downhill. And theoretically it should cool off as we get out there, because we're moving away from Lake Superior, plus gaining elevation. We're gonna hit some gravel road. Not be surprised if they're really damp, if not wet, muddy sections due to all the rain we've had. Switches to gravel just as we're near the top of this pitch. So we got some decent gravel roads, you know, right on the edge of town. 10K from the edge of town, and fun. But our city council just announced over the summer that they're going to start paving some of these. It's a total good bad thing. Because they'll, I mean, it makes for more road riding and a road bike, which is kind of cool. But I'd prefer they didn't. I love gravel road riding. The other thing they'll do is they'll improve things. So even that little thing we just went up there, they'll probably flatten it out, straighten it out to make the road a lot less interesting. That'll be an improvement. So we got a series of rollers to deal with. I don't know if you can see that in the distance. It rolls its way up. Roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. You don't carry enough speed up the next roll, so it hurts a little bit. This is a steep grunter here. Boot out of the saddle. 29 plus tire, lots of grip. So we are now leaving the city limits. So at the extend 13K out into the country. Got a fast downhill coming up here. Now this is one of the kinds of downhills that they would improve if they pave this. Should they do something to flatten it out? Immediately a climb out, but we carry speed up the first bit. I've been riding past a lot of these houses and there's been people near the road. They can hear me talking to myself. Say, oh, I always knew cyclists were strange. They're right. Another steep grunter, gravel grunter. So the Krampus is a lot like a fat bike. Climbs slowly, but you have generally an excess of climbing grip, so you just come straight up pedaling. Here's another dip where it helps to get as much speed on the downhill so you can carry it over the other side. Well, almost all the way up. Had we been riding a lighter bike, we probably would have carried it all the way up. admit the gravel roads right now are in nice shape. This is smooth, hard packed. Well, there are some sections that because of the rain there's puddles and potholes, but for the most point it's actually kind of nice. Got a tough little climb coming up here. Take back what I said about roads being in good condition. Okay, I'm seeing some trails and things that scoot off into the bush. Kind of scouting out also for full-on winter fat biking out here, because there'll be plenty of snowmobiles out here, so there might be some sweet riding to check out that I have yet to do. I saw a trail that went over this way, and there's a little mountain here, so we might be able to go up and over that off-road. Right now the road is becoming much less traveled. We have a little swamp here to deal with. Now it's become much more of a trail. Try not to get my feet wet here, because they make it cold. There's one thing surly nards don't like, it's mud. Rocking very high tire pressure, so we're gonna not try and impress anybody with our downhilling speed. Washout. Little crossing. We're close to a gravel pit. You can hear machinery working, but I've never actually been this far down here before. So this is all new to me. I believe this will come out on Camp Current Road. Looks like we drop into one section of the gravel pit here. road washout. Okay, well, I see that's Camp Current Road in the distance, so I've discovered a new little loop, and in the winter time that should be snowmobiled in, so I'll make a nice little loop on a fat bike. We'll be able to ride out here from town on the fat bike and do that loop. Yes, there's very few places that I have not been this close to town since I've been into riding since very early 1990s. That right there was a new little bit of discovery for me. Now this looks like a good opportunity to stop and now change batteries in the camera. Alright, battery changed. We're on our way again. So we're just a few K from one of the places we want to check out, but we got a decent climb. Because we came this way, we basically went up to around the same high point as where we're going, and then we came down the other side, so now we have to go back up again to get to where we were height-wise. Actually, you can see both. You can see the one tower, the second tower we're going to is up there too. Couple dual sporters there. It's funny, I got a little tingle that, boy, it'd be nice to be out dual sporting, but dual sporting doesn't keep you from getting fat. Doesn't keep you in shape. Take another big gulp of Gatorade before we have to start climbing again. Initially, it's a paved climb. It's the first pitch over with, and then we got the second one, and then we turn onto the road that goes up to that tower, and it's mostly sand, like loose sand that you sink in about an inch or so, so it's really hard to ride. Even on a fat bike, it's tough. Our vertical ascent is at 666, number of the beast, 666 meters. So here's where we're going. Right, so it should be easier maybe now that it's damp, because it'll be dense. Might stay in place when you ride over it. So the easiest gear on this bike is a 28 up front and a 40 in the back. We're rocking heavy 29 plus wheels and tires. Whew. Pretty freaking steep. Yeah, the dampness of the surface made it easier to ride. Got one more pitch. Just ran over some bear vomit, I think. Black bear vomit. Whew, oh yeah, nice view. Let me tell you. check that out. Only downside is it's ruined by these gravel pits here. It's not really ruined, but it would be nicer if there was trees there. I'm gonna take a picture for Strava here. Or if there's a way I could get my bike to stay upright. And unfortunately, my battery on my phone is almost gonna die, so because it's been pocket doing stuff in my jersey pocket. So I'm just gonna take a picture of the bike lying on its side. Okay, so I don't want all of those to end up on Strava, right? So I'm gonna have to delete some of them here. I'm gonna shut the power off completely on my phone till we get to the next spot. So we're going to that tower over there. I don't know if there's another viewing point there. I've never been to that spot over there, and there used to be a fire tower there that's recently been torn down. Now we got a downhill here. All rocking hard as rock tires. This tower was T-Bay-Tel, so Thunder Bay Telephone owns this tower. So Thunder Bay Telephone is owned by the city. It's run as a profitable company. Not quite sure how it's set up, but it makes a profit, and some of those profits go back into the city coffers. Start going down a really fast downhill, but we're gonna have to take a left here shortly. I believe this is in here. Man, I've been having trouble. Some chains suck. The chain falls in between the big and the small ring. It's very annoying. We probably got a little bit of climbing to do here. Somebody's couch. A little bit of loose climbing there. Hey, another little bit of discovery. Never been here. Ridden past the turnoff for this road probably literally over 100 times. I think the fire tower used to be up here. We'll go check out the tower thereafter. Now we're looking at this on the Google Maps. Yeah, not much of a view from this one. Let's go check out that tower though. I'm not sure whose tower this one is. I wonder if it says on the other side here. No, it doesn't have the company name. But, we're gonna take a leak. Like this sign here. Do not climb. Some nut job probably would. So yeah, it could be a trail going over that way. In the wintertime, snowmobiles might come through here. So I might have to come check here in the winter as well for its fat bikeability. No photo op here. And we're gonna start heading home now. So we're at 35.4 kilometers, done 804 meters of vertical, so might get over 1,000 meters of vertical today and less than 50K. So a good hilly ride. Rise to go up here, and that should get us our 1,000 meters. We're at 996 right now. Yeah, so we're at 1,003 meters, but my battery died just going up that rise, so I had to stop here and change the battery for the last 5-6 minutes of the ride. So I'm on my third battery. All right, so we're home. So what are the statistics? 2 hours, 38 minutes, 49 seconds. We did 53.7 kilometers, average speed of 20.3. Did 1,024 meters of vertical, maximum speed of 67.9, current temperature 7.3, average heart rate of 120, so a pretty easy ride. So there'll be a link, a Strava link to the ride in the info box. Also, there'll be a link to my Instagram page. I've got, I think now over 200 photos on there. And I'll even admit some of them are actually pretty nice. A lot of fat biking photos that I've taken over the past few years. So check that out. And if you're a Strava user, feel free to follow me on Strava, and I'll follow you back. And thanks for watching.